Hey everybody, I'm Parker Pemberton. I run Pemberton Homes, and thank you all for coming here today. The goal of these events is for you to come here and learn something that you can use in your business. You can walk away today and implement something that's going to help you be more efficient, sell more homes, and overall just be a better realtor. And for the record, for years, I'm on the record for being out on AI. I was trained by Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry. I was trained to make phone calls, nurture your relationships, make the calls, call the expireds, do the sales skills necessary to sell homes. And the last couple of years, I've been following Phil and others in the technology space, and there are so many ways that we're using AI internally at Pemberton Homes, whether it be through lead conversion, our marketing systems, email campaigns. We're running a lot of AI on our recruiting systems, which we're crushing it with. And I'm no longer out on AI. There are ways in which we can implement these things into our businesses without interrupting the necessary sales skills, the things that we need to be doing as realtors. So when we got together, we said, we've both been following Phil for a long time. We got to get him to town.
Absolutely.
We just so happened to see him on the main stage at EXPCon. Blew us away, as Chris said too. And we're thrilled to present Phil Stringer to you guys today. After this, if you guys want to connect on anything or you want to review, please reach out to one of us. I want to know what you guys are learning. And these QR codes, by the way, we're going to summarize all the main points of this. So don't feel like you got to scribble a bunch of notes and take time away from the presentation. Get dialed in, learn something today, and then go right home and implement it. So I just want to introduce myself, say thank you, and let's introduce Phil.
Hey, everybody makes a round of applause. Get the energy going. Come on,
Minnesota, how we doing? Good. One of my favorite states, by the way. My whole mom's side of the family lives in Minnesota, and so this feels kind of like a second home to me, but I'm excited to walk through all this stuff with you guys today. How many of you guys are using AI, you would say, at a high level in your business? Raise your hand. One person. Okay. How many of you guys are using it every day, whether it's a high level or just kind of mediocre, but you're using it every day? All right. How many of you, be honest, there's always someone, has not used ChatGPT yet? Raise your hand. Yep, there's always people in the room. That's fine. Okay, so after today, we're gonna teach you how to go from whether you're beginner, intermediate, whatever you are, to advanced in using AI specifically for your business to do two things. There's only two things that I care about with AI. Sell more homes, save time. If it doesn't do one of those two things, then it's like a great thing to talk about at a party, but I really don't care because it's not moving the needle. And so it's funny, you know, listening to what Parker was saying, how he was trained to do all of those things from Ferry. What AI can do is it can free up the time from all of the mundane tasks that you still have to do as a real estate agent, because how many of you guys know you're wearing like 20 different hats? AI can free up more time to do the things that actually matter, like building relationships with clients, like prospecting, like making calls, however you do your prospecting. But AI shouldn't be looked at as like, oh my gosh, it's going to take over the whole world and it's going to take over my job. We need to look at this thing like, hey, this is a tool that can save us time and help us sell homes and give us more time back so that we can use our time freedom now to do the things that actually move the needle and drive revenue. Build relationships. Obviously, real estate is such a relational game. And so I want to start off real quick and I want to just ask you guys, what is your most valuable asset? Someone want to shout it out? Time. I'm hearing time. I would agree with you. I believe that it is time as well. Now, there's three reasons why I've heard that this is true. Number one, we don't know how much of it we have left. There is not a single person in this room that knows how much time you have left. None of us are promised tomorrow. None of us. So it makes time very valuable. The number two thing is we all have the same amount of it per day. 24 hours, guys. Can't have any more or less. Like we're stuck with 24. The third thing that I've heard is that we can't create more of it. And I think that one of these things is actually a lie. I believe that we can create more time. Now, I don't think that we can create more time in the sense of adding hours to the day. We're stuck at 24. But I do believe that the work that we do today can create time freedom tomorrow. And I believe that if we choose to invest our time into things that will save us time in the future, that it will have a compounding effect in the time savings of the future, where we'll be able to create more time in our day. So you can spend time now, invest time now to make time later. You guys are investing a few hours of your day today to hopefully learn something that will save you time tomorrow. So let's say you invest 3 hours, right, into learning AI. And you learn just one little nugget today that saves you 10 minutes a day. That's it. You just apply one little thing. I'm no mathematician, but I'm pretty sure after, 18 days, you will have broken even on your 3-hour time investment because you're saving 10 minutes a day for 18 straight days. To where then on the 19th day and beyond, you are creating 10 minutes per day that you didn't have before. Yes, you spent 3 hours to learn the thing, but now that you've saved yourself 10 minutes every single day, you are now creating time every single day. Anytime you can increase your output while maintaining or decreasing your input, you create leverage. When I realized this and I applied this to my business, this was one of the 3 pillars that changed my entire business. Understanding that if I can get more stuff done with the same amount of effort or even less effort, then I can run circles around my competition. And so using AI to get more done in the same amount of time or even less time will free up your time to where you have time to do the things that really matter. And so the business owner, the real estate agent with the most leverage wins, because you will have more time to do the things that matter. You'll be able to run circles around your competition to where you're going to be able to just do more. I love this quote by Jim Rohn. It says, "Time is our most valuable asset, yet we tend to waste it, kill it, and spend it rather than invest it." We have the opportunity to take our time and to invest it. My goal today is to give you 470 extra hours back into your life. How many of you would like 470 extra hours to do whatever you want with it, right? Only half of the room. That's fine. The rest of you guys, you can go. I would kill to have 470 extra hours that I can use to build my business, build relationships with potential clients, spend more time with my kids, watch Netflix. I don't care. It's your life. Like, you do what you want to do with the 470 hours. But my goal today is to help you gain your time back, and I'm going to give you 470 extra hours. So if you spend time today, again, spend your time today creating something that will save you time tomorrow. Eventually, after so many days, you will break even on your time investment to where every single day moving forward, you're now creating time you didn't have before. Now, the reason I say 470 hours, you're probably like, why did he pull that number out of the air? We have over 1,200 academy students where we teach real estate agents how to use AI to save time and sell homes. Over 50 states, 23 different countries. And we have tracked, on average, the time savings of our students. And on average, the people who implement our strategies save about 40 hours per month. Now you might be thinking, okay, he's really not a mathematician because 40 hours times 12 is 480, but it takes them about 10 hours of implementation, right? If it took you 500 hours to save 480, that would be a bad deal, right? But about 10 hours of implementation on some of these strategies can save you 480 over the course of a year. How many of you would trade 10 hours for 480, giving you a net positive 470 extra hours? Yes? All right, we're in the right room. Good. So this is why I say AI is to your time what compound interest is to your money. AI is to your time what compound interest is to your money. Time is leverage, and the business owner with the most leverage wins every time. So if you've followed me at all, whether it's on social, if you've been to any of my live events, virtual events, whatever, you've probably heard me say this 100 times. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. I've heard 100 other people say it too. AI is not going to replace your job, but someone using AI will. And in a real estate perspective, I started saying an agent using AI will, right? So AI is not going to replace your job as a real estate agent, but another real estate agent using AI will replace you. It's not AI that we have to be worried about. It's someone else, our competitors, using AI in a way that they're going to be able to run circles around us to where we will be irrelevant. AI is the largest technological advancement that we have seen since the creation of the internet. It's the same type, like guys, we are in an era where if we capitalize on this thing, it's going to be massive. Because before then it was electricity and steam power. Like it's this big of a deal. And so if you can leverage AI now, you see the people who jumped in on the internet early, look at Jeff Bezos. Like he jumped in early and he won. Now, do we have any real estate agents who've been in the game more than 25 years? Raise your hand. What's your name?
Kathy.
Kathy. All right, Kathy. So before the internet, what was the MLS?
Thick book with little black and white photos.
Okay, and how often? Was it a bi-weekly? Was it
It was a monthly.
monthly catalog? All right, Kathy. If you decided not to evolve with technology and you said, that internet thing's weird, I'm just going to continue to do it my way, would you be in business today? Absolutely not. So we have to evolve with technology in order to win. Now the great news is for people like maybe Kathy, I don't know, you don't have to be an AI master in order to use these things. Raise your hand if you think you're the worst in the room at technology. Okay, right here with the dark hair, ma'am, what's your name? She's like, I'm it. I know I'm it. What's your name? Say it again. Tina. All right, Tina, you don't have to be an AI master. All of the strategies that I'm going to take you guys through, I'm very practical. I'm a very practical learner, so I want to see you do it. I'm going to show you. I'm not just going to talk theory. I'm not just going to speak to you. I'm actually going to do it and build things with you. But Tina, the things that I'm going to teach you and the strategies that we're going to go through, I'm 100% confident that you can do. And so at the end of this presentation, I'm going to ask you if you feel comfortable with the things that I have shown you. And you can be honest with the group, but I think that even Tina can do what we're going to do, okay? If I were to wrap this entire introduction into 3 words, it's evolve or die. You have to evolve with technology or you will be left behind. We've had to do this since the beginning of mankind. We've had to evolve or we would die. Same can be said with technology. Because this is the greatest technological advancement that we have seen since the creation of the internet. Right, Kathy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Phil.
Yes, Phil. All right, this is me. I'm Phil Stringer. Best way to connect with me is probably Instagram. We respond to all of our DMs. We try and post tips and tricks to help you. But this is the best way to get a hold of me and my team. It's just at Phil Stringer on Instagram. What I'm going to do, we're going to break this up into 2 different sections. And the first section, I'm going to go through some of my favorite tools that I have seen work at a high level for real estate agents. Okay? And I'm going to introduce you to these tools. I'm going to go through 10 of them, and I don't want you to feel like you have to do all 10. Because if you try and do all 10, if you even try and do 5, you'll fail. Because you'll just do 5 at a very mediocre level. So I want you to look at these 10 and not be overwhelmed by what's possible or what's out there. But I want you to look at these 10 and I want you to be inspired and pick 1, maybe 2 if you're ambitious that you want to implement now, and then just focus on those 1 or 2. And then once you've mastered those 1 or 2, I want you to then add 1 more to the list. And just slowly, just don't feel overwhelmed, okay? Because this is going to be a lot. At the end of this session, you're going to feel like you drank from like a fire hydrant, right? But the thing that I can't stand is when AI presenters come up here and they just spit off tools and then they show this huge wheel of all the AI tools and there's 1,000 of them. And you're like, that doesn't help me at all, right? Because I don't know where to even start. So I'm going to break it down very simply for Tina. And, and I'm going to walk through the tools that I think are very important. And again, I just want you to be inspired. I don't want you to feel like this is overwhelming, okay? I am going to give you a PDF of these tools, and I'm also going to give you a PDF of some prompts that I'm going to show you exactly how to use today, and I'll do that in front of you. All in a PDF. There's a QR code that I'm going to give to you at the end of the session where you can have this for free, and that way you've got everything. It has every tool with the link to the tool. So you don't have to write down, was that .com, .org, what was the name of it, what did it do? It's got the link where you can just click on it and go straight to the tool. I've got all that in the PDF, it's all done for you, okay? And I will give you that at the end. So breaking it up into 2 sections. First section, we're gonna go through the tools. Second section, we're going to go through ChatGPT. I'm going to spend the second half of this entire session just on ChatGPT because it's the most widely used AI tool obviously out there. And I think most of us probably use some type of large language model like ChatGPT. And I'm going to teach you some strategies that will change the game for you. All right? Does that sound good? Cool. All right. Let's jump into some tools. I'm going to exit presentation mode. And I'm going to take you to this PDF right here, which this is the exact PDF that you're going to get. I'll zoom in a little so you can see. It's 10 AI tools and prompts to increase revenue, efficiency, and productivity. Okay? Again, if it doesn't save me time or sell me homes, I don't care. First section is the tools section. And again, I've got these tools broken out for you. This little blue link, you just click on, it takes you to the tool. Okay? Now, this here is the first tool that I'm going to show you, and this is Opus Clip. Opus Clip is amazing. I use this tool every day, and it saves us so much time because you can paste in any video link right here, whether it's a YouTube clip, whatever it is, and hit the purple button, and it'll edit the video for you. Or you can upload a file. You can drag in a file, or you can browse from your computer to upload any video file, and you hit the purple button. Tina, you can hit the purple button, yes? I think she can. She's like, why did I raise my hand? He is going to bug me all day. And yes, I am. You hit the purple button, and what it does is it edits the video for short form content for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. So it doesn't matter what size video you put in, how long the video is, if it was shot horizontally or vertically, it doesn't matter. It will crop it to the right size. It's going to add captions for you. It does auto reframing to where if the person is moving, it'll keep their face, right? It takes it from the horizontal, makes it vertical, puts the captions in for you, adds auto B-roll if you want to keep the viewer attention based on what you're talking about. But the real power in this Opus Clip tool, you see some examples here, is this thing called AI curation. And what AI curation does in Opus Clip is it understands what the video's about using AI. And then it says, okay, what is the most shocking hook that's going to draw people's attention out of this entire video? Okay, we're going to take that and we're going to put it at the beginning. And then we're going to pair that hook with relevant highlights to create one Instagram Reel, one TikTok, one YouTube Short. And it gives you multiple different options to choose from, so you can pick. It gives you 12, 15, 20 different edits depending on how long of a video you put in. And so this is very powerful because how many of you guys know with short form content, you have to grab the attention of the audience within the first 2 to 3 seconds or they're gone. So if you can have an edit where there's a hook at the beginning, then that's where you're going to grab their attention. And so that's what Opus focuses on. This tool we use all the time. We load, we could literally take this video that they're shooting today, load the entire 3 hours in. It's going to follow me as I'm walking. It'll crop it to vertical. It'll be right here. It'll have the captions, and it'll give me several different edits based on the things that I'm talking about now. Okay? How many of you guys have like a VA do your video editing right now? Okay? Few of you. How many of you guys are doing your video editing yourself right now and you're like, you hate your life? How many of you know that you need to do video but you're not because you hate video editing? Yes, I think that's most of us. If you have someone doing your video editing, give them this tool. It'll 10x your output for you. You'll be getting more for the money that you're spending. I'm not saying you have to fire your VA. I'm saying give them access to these tools and it'll make their life much easier to where they'll be able to create more for you. If you're doing your video editing yourself, this is going to save you a ton of time. And if you hate your life because you don't know how to edit videos, then a tool like this can help because if you can push a purple button, then you can have some video edits. Fair? All right. This next tool is a tool called Descript. Has anyone used Descript? Raise your hand. 2 people. Okay. How many of you guys feel like you're video editors in the room? Raise your hand. This guy right here. Okay. 1 person. The guy holding the camera didn't raise his hand. I think he's got to stabilize though. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Descript is a tool that edits videos, and I even think that Tina will raise her hand that she's a video editor in about 60 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go over to Descript. I hope I have audio because this is pretty incredible. So this is Descript. You drag in a video, any video, and your video's on the right-hand side, and then it transcribes the video on the left-hand side to say what you're saying in the video, right? Let's see if I've got audio here. I have no idea.
Well, hey, Charleston, I'm Phil Stringer, and I'm
Can you guys hear
sitting at
that?
the back table of the room. It's about 20 minutes before.
Okay, what I want you to listen to, is there any way to turn this up a little bit, the microphone? Because I'm going to hold it down to the computer, maybe. Here's what I want you to pay attention to. One, the background noise in the room. This is 20 minutes before an event that I did in Charleston recently, and people are filing into the room, and they're chatting and they're talking. So listen to the background noise. And then about 10 seconds in, I start reading from a script, so notice my eyes. Notice my eyes go down and read the script, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold the microphone up to the computer. I hope you can hear it, because I don't think it's through the speakers, but here we go.
Well, hey, Charleston, I'm Phil Stringer, and I'm sitting here at the back table of the room. It's about 20 minutes before we're about to start, and I cannot wait to have this game-changing event with you, the Impact Group. We're diving deep into how
Look at my eyes.
help you as a real estate agent. Whether you're trying to win more listings, market smarter, or streamline your workflow, AI is the tool that is going to get you ahead. You can hear there's a lot of background noise right now, and I'm actually reading from a script, so my eyes aren't even looking at the camera. But you're gonna learn today how to automate things, how to create time-consuming tasks and make them shorter, get better insights, and close more deals with less effort. Cannot wait to see you in 20 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, you hear all the background noise? You notice my eyes? You notice I said something that I probably don't want in a promotional video. I said, you can hear there's a lot of background noise right now, and I'm actually reading from a script, so my eyes aren't even looking at the camera. Okay, so first off, if I want to edit this video, or if Tina wanted to edit this video, obviously we don't want that part that I talked about the video. So it says AI is the tool that's going to get you ahead. You can hear there's a lot of background noise right now, and I'm actually reading from a script, so my eyes aren't even looking at the camera, but you're gonna learn how to automate. Okay, so I want that section there to be gone. If you've ever edited an email, a text message, a Word doc, or anything, you can edit video, Tina, because I hit backspace and now watch.
AI is the tool that is going to get you ahead. You're gonna learn today how to automate.
So it edits the video based on the text. You don't have to know how to edit video. You don't have to know how to like change where the playhead is and splice and crop and whatever. You can literally just edit the text. Tina, you can do that, yes? Yes, absolutely. Okay, now, do you guys remember the background noise? There is one button, Tina, that says Studio Sound. Watch what I do. This is very hard to do. I click Studio Sound. And now, listen.
Well, hey, Charleston, I'm Phil Stringer, and I'm sitting here at the back table of the room. It's about 20 minutes before we're about
No
to start,
background noise.
and I cannot wait to have this game-changing event with you, the Impact Group.
No background noise at all. Sounds like I'm in a studio and no one's around. I'm not using a microphone. It's literally just this computer. There's no mic. This is not fancy stuff. I just clicked a button. Okay? So now the background noise are gone. I mean, there's literally hundreds of people behind me yapping, and it's gone. What about my eyes? Well, there's also a button right here called eye contact. Check this out.
Impact Group. We're diving deep into how
Check out my
AI
eyes.
can help you as a real estate agent. Whether you're trying to win more listings, market smarter, or streamline your workflow, AI is the
Done. There's also a button, this is everyone's favorite, called remove filler words. In one click, all of your ums and ahs are gone. You're welcome. So in our academy, we have on-demand videos teaching people how to do the thing. And I'm screen sharing and I'm showing them exactly step by step how to do it. But people on the videos, they're like, dude, you're so well spoken. I'm like, no, I use Descript. I say a lot, okay? So I record all of our academy videos. Every module that we do, every training video that we do, I record into Descript and I just click a couple buttons and it's edited, right? There's also this one right here called shorten word gaps. How many of you know for short form content, it needs to be punchy and you can't have gaps in between your words because people get bored. You can't have the pauses in between words or sentences. So with shorten word gaps, you just click shorten word gaps and you can set the gap of however you want. Everything that is 0.3 seconds or longer, automatically edit it to 0.01. And your reels are punchy, there's no space. You don't have to go in and like try and take out space in between every word. It's just done for you in one click. Okay? Tina, do you feel like you could be a video editor? Yeah. You're out of a job. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you had a question?
Yeah, because I saw you in Miami. Like, so like down there too, you added some verbiage in. And then
Oh, yeah.
So like you need the paid version. I've been punching with this since my.
Yeah.
You need the paid version.
Yeah, paid version, yeah. So this is, I think it's $30 a month.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah, it's nothing, but I use it every day. And I'm glad you reminded me. So, what was your name? Chris.
I sat up here so you could pick on me, but.
Beautiful. You should have said that you were the worst at technology in the room then. So what he mentioned, I did a session you were in the breakout room. Okay.
That was awesome.
So we did a session in Miami. I did a breakout and I went through some Descript stuff. And did I change the name?
You added a sentence that you didn't say.
Okay. So like, let's say I said something wrong. And I said, hey, Charleston. And I'm like, shoot, Charleston was last night. Austin was today. Like, I'm literally leaving from here and going to Miami again for another event. So like, I'm going all over the place. So what if I messed up the city? You can change the words that you put in here. So if I click on Charleston and I highlight Charleston, I can say correct, and I can type in Austin, and I can correct that, and then I can go here and I can replace it with AI so that it takes my voice. It takes, say, 10 to 20 seconds to process, but then it takes my voice and it says Austin in Phil's voice rather than Charleston. And you can do it with like multiple words. So let's see how this does.
Well, hey, Austin, I'm Phil.
You hear that? Well, hey, Austin. And so you're able to change all of this stuff literally with just a click, and you don't have to reshoot your whole video if you messed up the word, right? And I've done that several times in my course as well, where I'm like, oh shoot, I said that thing. I don't want to record it. I just changed the word. Nobody knows, right?
You add a whole sentence in there, or is it just like a word?
Yeah, you can do a whole sentence. The longer you go, the weirder it gets. It will change your mouth, like to like try and say Austin instead of Charleston. But it's better when it's shorter. Obviously, if you do an entire sentence, it will do it. It's just it gets weird as you go longer. Okay. All right. So those two tips for video, I use those two things every single day, and that can change your video game just with those two. Okay? Any questions on video stuff before I move on? All right. Another tool that I use every single day is one called Tactic, Tactic, and this links with your video conferencing software. So this would be Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, whatever you use, to where when you get done with a meeting, it writes all the notes for you, gives you a full summary, short summary, detailed summary. It knows who is speaking based on the square and what name they have in Zoom. So it knows who's speaking and who's being spoken to, and it creates action items for everyone in the room. It creates an agenda for the next meeting. And you have all of these different templates where you can click, all right, I want bullet points, I want this, I want that, and it'll use AI to generate those things with Tactic. Now, why is this so special? There's a couple things that make it better than, say, like, you might have seen like Otter and Firefly and those different note takers that people have. This one runs in the background on a Chrome extension, so it doesn't do the annoying, hey, allow Phil Stringer's Tactic AI note taker to join the room. It doesn't do that. People don't even know that it's in there, but it's just transcribing the entire meeting and making AI notes. I tell real estate agents to use this when you do buyer consults or even listing presentations. Do you guys do those via Zoom? Raise your hand. Buyer consults via Zoom, raise your hand. Listing presentations via Zoom, raise your hand. Okay, how many of you can imagine 5 minutes after the call sending a recap via email, say, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, thank you so much for your time. Here's what we determined. These are the things that are must-haves for you. This is what you're looking for. Here are my action items moving forward. If we decide to proceed, this is our agenda for the next meeting. You have everything, right? You're going to look amazing. You're going to look very organized. You don't ever have to take your attention off the client to take notes because it's doing it all for you. Now, how many of you say that's great, but I do more in-person consults than on Zoom? Raise your hand. Yes? Okay. Tactic does the same thing with any audio or video file you can upload. So, if we're meeting at Starbucks, I can set my phone down, hit record on my voice memo, say, hey, I'm going to take notes. You upload that file to Tactic right after the meeting, boom, everything same thing. You send the email, and you can use it for in-person meetings as well. Talk about referral city. When you send that type of value to a client, and they're like, wow, they know exactly what I want, they're organized, they sent me an email 5 minutes after our meeting, exactly what I wanted. So this is a great tool that you can use. Whether it's online, it does it automatically for you if it's online, but if it's in person, so like I flew my entire staff to North Carolina, that's where I live. And we did yearly planning where we did 2 full days, 8 hours a day. And I set my second phone in the middle of the table, I hit record, and I had 16 hours of recorded content from the 2 days. I uploaded the 16 hours to Tactic, and it literally had everything that we talked about, with action items for every single person. Like, all right, you're doing this, because it knew when I was speaking to something, like, hey, Meredith, we need to make sure that we do this, right? And so you have action items. This is great for teams. This is great for any type of employees or meetings, but it's also fantastic for client meetings as well and consults. This is like a little example. This is back when I was doing one-on-one coaching. So it has action items for Tony, action items for Phil, meeting agenda for the next meeting. Here's the short summary with bullet points of everything that we went through in that coaching call. And then look at this, timestamp and who said what, every single word transcribed throughout the entire coaching call, done. It says that I spoke 65% of the time, shocker. But this gives me a lot of insights, and then I can go to Tony and be like, all right, Tony, here's everything we talked about. Make sure you do this before our next meeting, right? Fantastic tool. I use it every day. Adobe Firefly. Has anyone used Adobe Firefly? My man. All right, so this is one of those ones where you type in something and you get images, which is fun and it's cool, and it's like, oh wow, that's amazing to talk about at a party. So let's do an astronaut riding an elephant on Mars. It gives me 4 different options from just that prompt, okay? Now I can pick the one that I like. So, I don't know, this one's probably my favorite. Okay? I can further edit this. I can say, I like this one, create me 3 more from this as inspiration. But I have a lot of different options here because on the left-hand side, I could say, well, I don't want it to be square. I want it to be widescreen. I don't want it to be art. I want it to be a photo. I have a reference image that I want it to look like. I can upload my own reference image for it to match the same style. And then all of these different styles like synthwave, digital art, hyper-realistic, painting, I get to pick what I want. Different colors, pastels, muted, monochromatic, lighting, studio light, dramatic light, golden hour, camera angle, I want it shot from the top. Like you can literally be so specific with what you want, and then you type in what you want and you regenerate the image. Now you might be thinking, okay, how's that going to help my real estate business? And this can be really good for generating any type of graphics for any type of graphic promotions that you want. It's not good with text. This is just kind of for images and creating art. But the thing that I find very helpful and very practical for real estate agents, and by the way, this is a free tool, is this feature within Adobe Firefly called Generative Fill. Generative Fill allows you to upload your own image and manipulate your own images. So I was doing this, I think it was Atlanta. I was in Atlanta, I did an event, I was telling them about Firefly, and I said, what's the worst thing when you get your listing photos back? like when it's trash day and like the trash cans are outside and you're like, dang. Or like they forgot to move their car's in the driveway and it just doesn't look as nice, right? And so someone in the front row raised their hand. They're like, I've got this lower end listing right now that's about to go live tomorrow, and they have this junky beat up like car that doesn't move sitting out right in front of the house. She's like, it's not a pretty house anyway, but it just makes it look even worse. Can you remove the car for me right now? And I was like, sure. So she airdropped me the photo and we did it live. I think I still have that photo on my desktop. Let's see. From the Atlanta, yeah, here it is, Atlanta listing. So this was her listing and she didn't want that car there. I don't know how much it's gonna help, but I was like, all right, I'll remove for you. So Tina, she's looking at me like she hates me. There's a button over here that says insert. So you can actually insert things into the image where you just paint and then you type in what you want to insert and it'll create that thing in the image. There's a remove button as well. So you click on the remove button and you just kind of paint what you don't want. So I'm just going to paint around that car and I'm going to hit this blue remove button, which I know you can do, Tina. It's going to give me 3 different options and it's going to fill in that space on what it thinks should be there. And it will remove that item for me. And then I get 3 different options. 1, 2, 3. That's probably my favorite one right there. And that's the one I'm gonna keep. If I don't like any of the 3, then I can regenerate and get another 3, right? But how amazing to have a tool where I can clean things up in my listing photos if I need to. Don't add an extra story to the home, guys. Okay, we don't want to like add a second story here and then the people be disappointed when they go look. But what I am saying is, Tina, you don't have to learn how to use Photoshop because that is a whole thing, right? But you can click a little blue button and paint something and hit remove. And now you can clean up your listing photos if there is something where you're like, oh, I wish that were moved. I wish that wasn't there. So this is a fantastic tool. It's free. It's so easy to use. And we use it all the time for things like this. It's really cool too because it has an expand button where if you want to add more to the image, you can actually add more to the image and just hit generate. And again, it gives you 3 different options of filling in what should be there. And it does just an incredible job at doing this. So I'll show you a couple different, there's 1, 2, I like that one. That one might be my favorite right there. So like, you can do this with any image and you can expand the image to make the canvas larger and it just imagines what's supposed to be there and it looks really real.
And this is free?
Yes. Yeah, Adobe Firefly. So this is on the PDF. There's a link where you can click. It's firefly.adobe.com.
Can you use it for virtual staging?
You could. It depends on what you're wanting to do though. Like if you're wanting to redesign the interior of a home, the insert feature, like it doesn't do as well as that. Like you can't really be very specific with what style of a couch you want, right? So it's like, it's kind of interesting. One tool that I do like for virtual staging is called Reimagine Home. Reimaginehome.ai. reimaginehome.ai. And that one works a lot better because the use case is specifically for like furniture and paint and like, this is more for photos and removing things, okay?
How do you think it compares to Canva Pro Magic Edit?
No, this is better. Yeah, it is. So Photoshop AI is the best photo editing tool that there is. It's just, we know Photoshop has a lot of different options and it can be confusing. Photoshop AI, the features in Photoshop AI are all powered by Adobe Firefly. So this tool is the same tool that's being used to power Photoshop. They're light years ahead of everyone else right now with this type of stuff. Yeah. Cool. This tool is called Durable. Now this builds a website for you in 30 seconds. You answer 3 questions and then it will generate a whole website for you. Now the 3 questions are, what industry are you in? What's the name of your business? And where are you located? That's it. So it generates you a website that looks modern, designed very well, templated website within 30 seconds. Now it's not gonna get every single thing right because again, it just knows 3 answers to 3 questions. But the amazing thing is you don't have to hire a designer, you don't have to figure out how to build your own website. You just use a tool like Durable, and then you go in and you're like, I don't like that color, switch to black. Oh, I don't like that color, switch this to that. I don't really like that image, regenerate a different image, or let me drag in my own image. The text right there, I don't like the way it says that, I'm just gonna tweak it. But what this does is it does 80% of the heavy lifting for you, to where now you have a website that looks really good, and you can go in and tweak it rather than starting from a blank canvas and be like, I don't even know where to start, right? And so it designs really nice looking websites. I'll show you, like this here, looks super modern, and you can add your own logo to it. You can add your own testimonials. You can add a place on the bottom for like a lead capture that can go straight into your CRM. You can attach your IDX feed into this thing. Okay, so one of the ways that I tell real estate agents how to use a tool like this is this allows you to add as many pages as you want. It doesn't cost you any extra to add more pages. So you can add as many pages. I think it's either $20 or $30 a month. It includes the domain and the hosting for this. Yeah, you pick what domain you want. Yeah, so it can be anything. What I tell real estate agents to do is every time you get a new listing, add a page, go out and buy 123main Minneapolis.com, forward it to that page, and then drag in the listing photos and paste in the property description that you created in ChatGPT, and you have an entire website that looks really good. You go to 123main Minneapolis.com, and your client's like, what? Tina built a website for my listing. Think about this. Think about doing that, but also going to a listing presentation with the website already built, and you didn't even get the listing yet.
What would you do for photos?
Steal them off Zillow. No, I don't. I mean, literally, you could just put one photo on there and have a property description. The fact that you go to them and you're like, 123main Minneapolis.com, I've already got it, and this, like, we already built a website for you if you wanted to work with us. They're gonna be like, what did it cost you? Literally $11.99 for buying the domain. That's it. And so that's a tactic that you can use to go into any type of listing presentation and be like, show your value, right? I didn't even acquire this listing yet, and I've already built you a website. Think about what I can do if you sign me, you know? So this tool can be used with listings very well, but it's also really good for anyone who needs a website. Hook your IDX feed to it. Yeah?
Will it optimize the current website?
Like if you have a current website? Yeah, so this would be a standalone thing. Yeah, it doesn't work with your current website. You could link this as like pages to your current website and have them go back and forth, but this would be kind of its standalone built thing. Yeah. It's really meant for people who are like, hey, I want a website, and mine looks ugly. I want a good looking website. I just don't want to hire a designer. It's kind of what this is for. But if you want to use it just for listings, you could literally use this tool just for your listings if you wanted to. You don't even have to replace your current website. You could just say, I'm gonna use Durable and add a page, throw in the pictures, and boom, there you go. Okay? This one here is more of a fun one. I don't really use this often, but I know a lot of real estate agents that do. This is an app on your phone called Remini. And you install this app on your phone, you upload selfies, and then it creates a photo shoot of you in different locations and different clothes. A lot of photos online of real estate agents that you think they just got new headshots. Hate to tell you, a lot of them are AI. Now I will warn you, you're gonna get like 100 photos back, 87 of them are gonna be like creepy as hell, okay? You're like, why does my face look like that? I don't have that tooth there, yeah, right? But you will get a few that you can't tell the difference. And it's worth it just for a few bucks to play around with it. And a lot of real estate agents do that because they don't have to go buy new clothes. They don't have to hire a photographer. They don't have to go on location and find different locations. It's just an easy way to get some more social media content. And just don't pick something that like absolutely doesn't look like you, because then everyone can tell. But there are ones that are really, really good. This technology is getting way better as it goes. This one here is called All Right. This converts videos to blogs or to articles. So any YouTube video from anyone, you can paste in the YouTube link and it will write a blog about what the blog is about. This is not a transcription, this is not anything like that. It understands what the video's talking about and then it writes an article based on what the video's talking about. So if there's any type of YouTube video that you love and you're like, man, I would love to write an article about that, that's really good information. That's really good for SEO, for your website. Do that. If you're doing any video work now, you might as well have written content. If you've done the work to create a video, you might as well have written content about it as well, right? This is a very easy tool to turn any video into written content. This is called HeyGen, H-E-Y-G-E-N, and this is where you pick any type of model that you want, and then you pick a voice. And then you type in or you paste in any text and you hit play, and that person is speaking what you just wrote. So it's like a recorded video of a model saying whatever your text is. So that way you don't have to shoot a video. This is an AI-generated avatar. Pretty cool. The really cool thing about HeyGen is they're the leaders in this feature from my perspective, is you can upload a video of yourself and it creates an AI-generated avatar that looks and sounds like you. So then whatever you paste in, you hit play, Phil Stringer's reading what you just pasted in, or you're reading what you just pasted in, and it saves you time because you don't have to shoot the video. I have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars with different organizations, helping them create trainings and onboarding and processes and courses using this feature because they don't have to purchase camera, lighting, different things. They just use the avatar, okay? I believe you should not use this for social media because social media authenticity wins. I've seen some people use it on social media and it's not, to me, it's not worth it. This is worth it though if you want to save time on any type of like staffing, any type of process, any type of automated email that you have going out with a specific process and you don't want to shoot it. So I'll show you kind of what it looks like. This is not Phil Stringer.
Hey guys, this is Phil Stringer and I'm recording a test for HeyGen's.
So that's Phil Stringer, but it's not Phil Stringer. This is Phil Stringer, which by the way, you can have it speak in any language you want in your voice. So this is Japanese.
マイケル、この電話でのあらゆる盗撮に感謝したいと思います。私たちのビジネスを様々な国や言語に書く。
Yeah, literally, your Spanish clients, done. So this is a pretty neat tool because language, right? But be very careful with it. And there was someone, I did several sessions in Miami. I think it was the first session I did. Was anyone in the very small first session that I did in Miami? No? You were in the larger room.
400 people.
Okay, yeah. There was a smaller at the very beginning, before the conference, they wanted me to do an AI thing for, like before the conference started. And someone was asking about this and someone was using this for their clients. And like, because you can just change the name and be like, hi, Andrew, it's Phil Stringer, whatever. And someone asked, they were like, do you feel like that's misleading to try and like fake someone out or whatever? Because like, if they know you, you could probably look at it and be like, oh, your mouth didn't move quite the right way, or you don't say things like that. And the guy was just like, oh, I don't think that's misleading at all. Like, I'm just gonna, do it to save time. I feel like there's no reason to trick people, right? Like you can use this, use a different model, use yourself, or be like, hey, this is Phil 2.0. I'm the AI version of Phil, and that's how I use it, just because I don't want to try and like, I don't know, trick someone out. I just feel weird about that ethically. But you decide what you want to do with it, and if it looks good enough to you, you can use it for a lot of different things. All right, a couple more, and then we'll take a break in a second. I'll do some Q&A on the tools, and then we're going to have a snack break, and then the rest of the session will be ChatGPT. This is a tool called Tome, T-O-M-E. And this creates presentations, PowerPoints, keynotes from prompts or even from documents or anything that you paste in. So let's say you had a market report and you wanted it turned into a PowerPoint. You could drag in that PDF, and it'll create a PowerPoint presentation for you. The presentations, this is kind of like Durable, the website one, where it gets you the template, and it gets things nice, and it looks pretty, but then it's up to you to kind of take it the rest of the way to the finish line. This makes it to where you don't have a blank canvas and you're like, I don't really want to build a whole slide deck. I don't know where to start. And it gives you pictures and bullet points and whatever based on whatever content you're wanting it to create. But then it's up to you to obviously go through the slides, tweak it, make it your own. But this can save you so much time because you're not having to start from scratch, right? So that one's Tome. This is the last one that I've got on the PDF. This is Designer, and we have generated several leads from this tool. So if you, does anyone like leads? Okay. In the ChatGPT section, I'm going to actually show you how we use ChatGPT to sell homes, which our clients have sold a lot of homes using several strategies, but one of them I'm going to show you. This is a way that we've had some of our clients get leads, and this is a tool that creates ebooks from any type of content. So you could paste in a blog that you've written, you could drag in a Word document, you could put in a podcast or a YouTube video or a PDF, whatever it is. And it's going to create an ebook about whatever content you load in. So let's say you wrote a blog on ChatGPT, which I'll show you how to do in the right way in a minute. You wrote a blog about top 5 things you need to know before moving to Minneapolis. You put that blog into Designer, it creates you an ebook, a downloadable flipbook ebook that's designed that you wrote, top 5 tips before moving to Minneapolis. And then you offer this to your audience. 1, you're providing value. 2, you're establishing your authority. 3, you say, I've got this ebook, I'll give it to you for free, just give me your name, email, and phone. You're now getting leads for people who want to know, well, what are the top 5 tips before moving to Minneapolis? Talk about relocation leads, done. You can do this with any type of category or content. You know, is home staging worth it before selling my home in Minneapolis? Listing leads. Like literally any type of content, and you're getting people who either need to sell their home because they're wanting to know, should I home stage or not? Or they know someone who does. So you're getting warm leads, you're providing value, you're providing content. You didn't have to write the blog, you didn't have to create the ebook, and you're getting the leads from it because you're establishing your authority. Fair? Okay. I've got one bonus tool that is not on the PDF, so you do want to write this one down. This is just for Minnesota. I use this one every day, so I wanted to highlight it. It's called Scribe, and the web address is scribehow.com. So scribehow.com. This creates SOPs, processes. It documents processes for you. How many of you guys hate creating documentation on how to do a process? Where you got to take the screenshot, drag it into Word, type in, click here, and type in this thing. It's just, it takes a lot of time, right? So if you document any process ever, whether it's for employees, whether it's for, doesn't matter. On ScribeHow, you click record, and then you literally just do the thing. And every time you click, every time you type something in, anytime you go somewhere, it automatically puts the screenshots and says exactly what you just did. Zooms in on the mouse click and says, click here. Type in this, go to this web address. And the entire SOP is created for you, and all you did was do the thing. Now you can then go in and be like, okay, I'm going to delete that section because I don't need that image. I'm going to tweak that, and I'm going to tweak the text. So you can change it if you want to. But what you do, the process that you go through, is all done for you, and you didn't have to take screenshots and write things out and do the whole thing, because it's horrible, isn't it? It's a horrible job. All right, our team uses that now for everything.
Tango.
Tango's okay. Yeah, this is my favorite, but yeah. Cool.